everyone, welcome to Watch It Played. My name is Rodney Smith, and I'm here at GTS Distributions Come and Play Day in Atlanta. And I'm with Kristin Looney from Looney Labs.
Hello.
Welcome, thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
You might have heard about Looney Labs before, one of their other games, Flux. Very popular game, but this is not Flux.
This is not Flux.
This is just desserts.
Just desserts, yes.
And you, like me, will get hungry as you watch this video, I'm sure. Tell me a little bit about Just Desserts. What is it that we're doing in this game?
Well, the players are the waiters.
Yes.
With trays full of yummy desserts. And we have a series of players on the table here of characters.
Right.
And we're trying to serve desserts to the characters and then bring them in front of us and collect a certain collection to win the game.
Okay.
So we're serving yummy desserts to finicky customers.
Okay, finicky customers. And there's a variety of different
Well,
each of
the customers has different desserts that they're looking for.
Right.
And basically, we have divided the entire known universe of desserts up into 12 flavor icons.
Oh, how thoughtful of you.
So the taste icons here, this is in the rule sheet. And it's chocolate and cookies and nuts and pie and things like that, as well as pastries and veggies and marshmallows and cake and different things you find in desserts.
Okay, so the desserts that we could potentially serve will fall into these different categories, sometimes more than one.
Right,
We're
so
trying
each
to match
dessert
them.
says what comes in the dessert, and then each guest has different things as to what they want, and then you're trying to collect guests based on having the desserts that they want to eat.
Okay, well, do you think we could walk people through a sample turn to sort of show how it works, or maybe a couple turns?
Yeah, no, this is an Andy Looney game. It's very quick and simple and easy.
All right, the most important question in any game, who goes first?
Well, so in this game, the person who most recently served dessert to the group of players that are playing goes first.
Okay, well,
And hey, I brought you a cookie.
You brought me a cookie. You brought me a cookie. Listen, I feel like I still win in this situation. You get to go first, but I get a cookie.
But you have a cookie. All right, so I'm going to go first. And so on your turn, you draw a dessert into your hand, and you bring out one more guest onto the table.
Oh, okay.
So now you can see we have 4 guests. And notice how each of them have a different colored stripe and an icon in the corner.
Right.
That's the family that they're from. And to win the game, you need to get 3 of the guests from the same family, or 5 from different families.
Okay.
And so you're going to be collecting different ones to try to get them to line up to win. So I'm going to set my hand down here, hopefully where everybody can see it. So these are the cards I have in my hand.
Oh, those look good.
Yeah, aren't they good? I got a lot of chocolate here. Okay, so let's say, for example, the professor needs fruit and cake, but no chocolate.
No chocolate.
So if I tried to give her the fruit and chocolate and the cake, that's not going to work because of the chocolate on that card.
Right.
So that won't work because of that. But the tourist over here needs fruit and chocolate and cake. And so I can take these 2 cards that have those ingredients and put them here in the discard. I'll pick my hand up again.
Sure.
I put these in the discard pile,
Yep.
and now I can take the tourist and put it in front of me.
Simple as that.
And that's my turn. If I had the cards necessary to satisfy another guest as well, you can do up to 2 on your turn, but none of my cards work right now to do any more. And so that would be the end of my turn, and it's your turn.
Okay.
So you draw a dessert, put it in your hand.
I'll take a dessert. I will add a new guest.
Add a new guest.
Okay, we got Bob Fruitcake here.
Now, notice how Bob Fruitcake and Wally have the same icon and stripe. They're in the same family. So I'm going to lay them this way just as a reminder. At the end of your turn, if you didn't take one of those, then one of those is going to have to go into the discard pile because you can't have 2 from the same family on the table at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So
I don't think I'm going to satisfy one of those. Well, I might actually. Look. Okay, I've got in my hand ice cream cone, which is an exact match here. It's a favorite.
Yes.
So the lumberjack here says my favorite is ice cream cone, and I have an ice cream cone in my hand.
And in fact, this little symbol down here, being the same as that symbol, lets you know that this is the favorite of somebody from that family.
Okay, so if I have one of these in my hand with this symbol, like this one here doesn't have that symbol,
right.
I know this one could potentially satisfy someone's favorite.
It's potentially more useful because the favorites will hear you're going to play that, so you put that in the discard pile.
Right, off it goes.
And the character comes in front of you, and you draw an extra card.
Is that my tip?
It's the tip. Okay. Yep. Absolutely. When you serve the favorite, you get a tip.
So, and I can serve another person here if I want.
Right, you can do 2 on your turn if you're able.
You know what? I think I am able because Wally here wants chocolate. I got some chocolate. Now I am giving up a lot of symbols with this.
You are, but notice it's not anybody's favorite.
It's not anyone's favorite. So he also likes cookies and peanuts.
There you go.
Right. So if I give him both the chocolate pecan pie, or that's a cream pie, and the peanut butter cookies, I can take Wally too.
You can.
All
absolutely.
Right. So I grab
and then that goes there.
So now
you don't actually have to discard one at the end of your turn.
Right.
One of the fun things about the discard pile for the guests is the top of this discard pile, they're kind of standing in the doorway, still peering around the corner, and you can still satisfy the one on the top. But once other guests go on top, you can't do that anymore.
Right.
Unless it gets taken and then that one's revealed again. So sometimes the guests come back to the doorway.
Now, we've had some good success here. We've been serving customers, it's all going well. Now, but there are a couple other things you can do on your turn instead of serving guests. So if I can't, or for some reason wouldn't want to serve a guest, then I know there's one thing. You can, is it called going back to the kitchen?
Yeah, if you can't serve any of the guests, you just draw an extra card. You go back to the kitchen and get your card. If you also just really don't like your cards and none of them are doing any good for you, you can toss the whole tray and get 3 new cards.
Okay, so that gives you a couple of options there if things aren't quite going your way.
Yeah, but you can also just keep your cards and next turn draw another one, and later on you'll have more desserts to satisfy other guests. So
because new guests are coming out every time, so even though your hand doesn't look good now, it might get better.
You might want to just save your desserts and have a bigger tray. For a future turn.
Now that is the game right there, the basic version of the game.
That's the basic version of the game.
Again, either collect 3 of the same suit, let's call it, or 5 different ones. But there's some advanced rules, right?
Yes.
There's some other options.
Yes, that simple game is all I ever play when I demo the game, or when a new person is playing, or someone new that hasn't played it before. It's fun, just like that. But the advanced rules give you all sorts of great stuff. It gives you the ability to use a favorite to steal from somebody else, to poach. I guess you can use a favorite to block, and you can use any of your cards to try to steal.
Yes.
You can also do this.
So someone's sitting down, they're getting ready to eat, and you can just shove something else in front of their face and go, listen, I know there's other ways.
You can try to lure them away from you, say, oh, I got even better desserts than what you. I know that was good, and you get a tip. If somebody poaches one of your guests from you, you get a tip.
Right, so you get a little something as positive, even though your customer got stolen.
But there's another fun thing I didn't find. So this is an ace. And so if you have 4 aces.
It's an ace because there's only one category type represented on it? Okay.
And so here, this is 4 aces.
Yes.
If you have 4 aces, you can play them as a buffet. And when I put this out as a buffet, I discard those. You're going to have to take one of your characters, bring them back onto the table. All players would have to do that.
Okay.
And then I get to draw 3 cards and try to satisfy another guest. Maybe one of the ones you guys.
So they ran
back.
out to the buffet.
Yeah, because I played this buffet.
Yes,
so the aces aren't as useful in your hand, but if you end up with too many of them, you can do that.
So how many players can play at one time here?
2 to 5 players.
2 to 5 players. And how long do you think it takes approximately?
Like half an hour, maybe not even that, 20 minutes.
Okay.
It depends on the number of players and how lucky you get.
And this is available now?
Yeah,
this is out
absolutely.
now?
It's in stores everywhere.
Okay, well, Kristin, I want to thank you so much for coming here and giving us a very thorough overview of the game.
Yes, absolutely.
And for providing me with a cookie. That was amazing. And I want to thank
I do like to serve desserts.
It's nice. It goes right in the theme, and I approve. And I want to thank all of you guys as well for watching. Take care.
Thanks.